Well, that's the end of week 3. So today's Sunday, tomorrow we start week 4. Almost at the halfway mark of the challenge. So I'm just out here at the Nepean River out of Penrith, and I like to come out here and do the Nepean River bridge to bridge walk. And it's just shy of, it's just a little over 6Ks, depending on which way you go. It used to be 7Ks, but it's been a little bit shortened now. Now today was an active rest day, and there's a very special reason why I come out here. It's not just to get the exercise in, it's not to, just have an active rest day in a nice place, but this place has a bit of meaning for me. So some of the Australian people in the challenge, they may have done the Australian New Zealand challenge back in 2019, where I would have mentioned some of this. So but this is just to sort of reiterate a little bit and just let some of the other people know in this challenge what I've sort of gone through, and maybe it might help those who are going through something similar or whatever. So where I'm sitting right now, this little bench, nothing spectacular, and I just turned around. Not a great view, you can see the water, a few trees, but essentially this is the chair where I was contemplating suicide. I was married. For the most part, I thought things were going okay, but over the course of the year, my marriage didn't last very long, but over the course of the year, I became a shell of a person. And I won't go into detail of what happened, but I got a little friend. Hey, buddy. So over the course of the year, I became a bit of a shell. I secluded myself from everyone, and I was just in so much pain and so much hurt that I wanted to feel anything but. So, as some people do, they self-harm. I did a bit of that. I did it in places where I could cover it up, where people couldn't see it, because I didn't want people making a fuss about me, and but anyway, so over the course of the year of my marriage, just near the end, I'd had enough with feeling the pain, and so after work got into an argument with someone, and I missed my turn off, ended up here at the Nepean River. This was the chair I found, and I was texting, messaging, trying to call people, and couldn't get an answer, till finally someone saw a message that I put on Facebook, "Help me please." And someone rang at that very moment. They just happened to be on their break. They rang, and in a way saved my life. So now every Sunday, or most Sundays, I try to come out here and I do the walk as a bit of a reminder for myself, and as a bit of a challenge that I was able to get over it, So as much as I enjoy the nature, and as much as I enjoy the walk, I get a good sweat out of it, there's a whole mental side that sort of goes into what I go through as well. So brings back a lot of memories, and I know I've come a long way since then. So, but I guess the takeaway is that you keep pushing on. As dark as some days may get, you feel like things are hopeless and nothing's ever going to get better. But as they say, sometimes you can't see the forest through the trees. When you're in that dark place, it's hard to see the light, and it can be just someone across the way who's just smiling one day. Could be because they're happy, could be because they've got some gas, who knows, but you see them smile and automatically think, why do they get to be happy when you're not? So all I can say to anyone who's sort of going through this, things will get better. You just have to take it, I know it's a cliche, but take it one day at a time. But one thing you got to remember is that you can't control everything. You know, when you get to that place, it's all right to cry. It's all right to be sad. It's not weak to speak, you know, so don't feel like you can't speak to someone. There will always be someone who's willing to listen, you know. So it won't happen overnight. It's going to be a long road, and you're going to have to work at it every day. I've been working on it since 2019, you know, and some days I have my good days, sometimes I have my bad days. But I know what my triggers are now, because I wanted to get better. And the only way you will get better is if you want to get better. No one can force you to get better, because it's up to you. You know, sometimes those closest to you won't have the answers. Sometimes it might be someone who lives across the world that might just say something at the right time, and it might just put you back on the path of recovery. You know, and if anyone's watching this and it can do anything for you, then, you know, I'm glad, because I don't want anyone to ever feel what I've had to feel. You know, it was a very dark and lonely place, and I could have been in a crowded place and feel like I was the only person there. You know, but you got to find those little things to be happy about. You know, if you've got a pet, you know, go for a walk with your pet. You know, just be with the pet and just be in the moment. You know, sometimes when we're in a dark place, so many things are happening all at once, and it can just be so overwhelming. Sometimes you just have to block everything else out and just focus on one thing. And then when you're ready, let something else come in. You know, no one says you have to be the strongest. No one says you have to be the smartest. No one says you have to be the best. Just live the best life that you can. And some people out there will do things that'll bring you down, you know. And the world's not fair, and it's not fair that you feel the way that you do. But, you know, things will get better. You just have to believe, and you just have to take it one step at a time. You know, it's like setting your goals. You know, don't work for a goal that's a year in advance, because it seems too far away. So break it down to monthly goals. They might still be too far away for you. Break it down to weekly goals. If that's still too far, bring it down to daily goals. And if that's still too far, bring it down to an hour, 10 minutes, 5 minutes, 1 minute. You know, break it down to as small and achievable a goal as you can get through. Okay, and then when you get through that little goal that you've set yourself, give yourself a reward. Be proud of yourself. You know, there's so much joy in this world, and I found that when I was at that point and I was thinking about wanting to end everything, I was thinking, I don't want to die. You know, I want to live, I want to experience things, you know. I just didn't know how at the time. So I guess to summarize, because I'm pretty boring on these videos, I'm sorry, I'm not used to doing them, but just take it one step at a time. You know, if you need help, ask. I know it might sound hard, but don't think they're going to judge you. Most time, people just want to help. You know, you're not alone. You don't have to be alone. And you're worth it.